Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Good morning and happy Sunday. So, today's gospel is another parable that Jesus addresses to the elders, chief priests, scribes, and Pharisees. Again, our Lord is not making any friends in these parables. He's calling them out on their lack of leadership, their authenticity in trying to really help people live the covenant, or if you want to put it in Christian terms, live in the kingdom. And so he gives the example that a king has a wedding feast for his son, and they send the messengers, and most of them get ignored, and quite a few of them get killed. Everybody is too busy or too hateful to be bothered with the invitation to the feast. And in this parable, the king comes and he burns their city to the ground. So I guess that's rule number one. If you get an invitation from the divine, don't ignore it. It's really a wonderful invitation to the best thing ever, to the feast of life here and life forever. And not that our acceptance of that invitation is perfect. We all struggle. Everybody's a sinner. There's no exemptions there except for our Lord, and Catholics believe also the Blessed Mother, by a preternatural grace given to her and her will. Other than that, the rest of us have to deal with us. And that ain't easy. Dealing with our sinfulness is pretty sad at times. I mean, I try to roll with it and be sincere about it, but it ain't easy. And we want to grow in self-awareness as much as possible, to turn away from those proclivities and be more seeking what is good and true. So that's stage one. Miss the invitation, don't get to go to the feast. Hostilely reject the invitation, prepare for your city being burned to the ground and you being put to death. You know, again, it's a parable, so it's a story, but I think we can think of what the eternal ramifications of that might be. God's desire is to save every person he's made, and yet God will not impose on us at all, which is something to be pondered, because think of all the people you know that happily have imposed on you in your lifetime. Some innocently, they didn't realize they were imposing on you. Others, with maniacal manipulation, have imposed on you out of their own brokenness, neediness, or on occasion, their own selfish evil. Because not everybody's mentally ill that does wrong, man. There are just some people who are selfish jerks, and they can wreck your life. And they, in fact, probably get satisfaction out of wrecking your life. That's stage one. Stage two is getting invited to the feast as an unexpected invitee, which really is all of us, because the invitation is taken away from the elders of the people, who had kind of reserved it for themselves, even over and above the Jewish people they were supposed to be leading. And so then we have the banquet is going on. Everybody's having a gay old time, as the Flintstones would say. The king is walking through, inviting the unexpected guests and thanking them for coming, truly delighting that they are there, when he comes across that guy. And that guy doesn't have on his wedding garment, and the king says, "Why don't you?" And he has no answer, because the wedding garment was provided. I think that is the key to that parable. That if you don't have a life of gratitude in response to the invitation once you accept it, you may be screwed. Because the person never answers back, and the king says, "Hey, bind them and cast them out in the dark." where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. And that's one of Jesus' favorite images of the damned, wailing and grinding of teeth. Oh, we're up. Anyway, wailers and grinders, do good, love one another, pray for your neighbor, and have a good day. Happy Sunday.